Hi, I'm Catherine of GamerCast.net, and I haven't done a video in a while. I apologise for that. It was Christmas and I was busy making Christmas presents, and then I got a bad cough right at the end of Christmas, just before I had to go back to work, and I've only just kind of gotten rid of it. I might cough a few times during this video, I apologise if I do. But it's almost gone, so I thought it's a great time, as it's the weekend, to do a video. So, this is one that I want to get out the way. It's not the first one I should be doing. First one I should be doing really is, there's Bayonetta 2 there, I think there, and then next to it there, which you might not be able to see, is Lara Croft, the kind of collector's edition they did for the PS4, for, what is it called? Yeah, the Temple of Osiris. Because it came with a little Lara figure, which made me think of the Hitman figure, which I quite liked. So, yeah, they still have to get done. Actually, Lara Croft needs to go on my list, because that wasn't actually on my list. I had a few other things as well. Like, underneath Bayonetta 2, there's Ni no Kuni. Is that it? Oh, I can do Broken Sword now as well, because I've got all the bits and bobs for that. So I've got the new Broken Sword, Ni no Kuni on the DS, which I picked up in Japan, which I started doing a video for, Bayonetta 2, Lara Croft. I was thinking maybe doing an Amiibo video to show the Amiibos I've got. I don't know if people would like that at all. Please say if you would. Otherwise, just eyeing up my stuff. I think that's kind of it in terms of new stuff. But what I'm showing now is, well, something spurred this on to make me also do it. So I picked this up in Japan. I showed it in my pickups video, I'm pretty sure, and that's a new Nintendo 3DS. However, recently I got a lovely email from Nintendo saying, "Hello Catherine, would you like to buy an Ambassador edition of the Nintendo 3DS, or the new Nintendo 3DS?" And I saw that email and I was like, maybe. I looked at it, I was like, oh, that looked quite nice. It was $179.99. However, I'd already picked this up and I was like, oh, do I really need a new 3DS? Because I have my lovely Pikachu XL. And I like this. I knew that there were games coming out for the new one, and I thought, oh, well, I suppose I'll pick up a Power one eventually, because the reason I picked this up in Japan was to play Japanese regional games as well anyway. But I thought, oh, well, let's have a think. I saw everyone on my Facebook complaining, saying they hadn't gotten emails, and I read a thread on, I think, Eurogamer or something like that, and everyone was also complaining that they hadn't gotten emails. And I was like, you know what, Nintendo have been nice enough to send me an email asking if I'd like a copy of the console in the lovely Ambassador edition, and I thought, you know what, I'll take it. I'm not sure how they picked it. I've been a member of Nintendo VIP since it launched, I believe. Me and Charlotte got our original Nintendo 3DS, Nintendo DS through Nintendo. I think it was like £120, and you got a demo of WarioWare, a demo of Metroid Prime, and a full copy of Super Mario World. No, Super Mario 64 even. Yeah, so we got that. I've been a member since. I haven't bought much off it. I bought a few things here and there. And then I got this offer for the store. So I don't know what it comes from. I was a day one purchaser of the 3DS. So I was in the Ambassador thing where I got the free Virtual Console games. But I don't know. So I got that. I don't really want to have to do two separate videos for this because it's the same thing now. So firstly, I'll quickly show you the Japanese one, and then I'll go over the Ambassador one, which I'm really happy about because it's not just the same thing. So the Japanese one has an absolutely lovely box. I'm slightly jealous that they're releasing it in this similar box in the UK for the new Nintendo 3DS. I thought it might be like a Japanese only thing, but it's not, because the box kind of heavily relies on the faceplates in the kind of, hey look, you can choose your style, and that is what the smaller version is all about, which is why I love it so much. Might move my phone over there. So it's classic Nintendo DS style packaging. I mean, they had their packaging like this since the Lite, I believe. No charger, which people who have had, I believe, XLs should know that by now anyways. They still give you AR cards. They aren't anything new. They're the same ones. And then you get stuff like a warranty card, which is nice because they still do that. So if I have a look under there, you will see my lovely matching numbers, which is always nice. I like that that's the thing that Nintendo have kind of stuck with. Although I didn't think they still did it. At least maybe not over here, I'm not sure. So yeah, you get all your standard stuff, like instruction manual, a quick start guide, AR cards, and your warranty card. Then there wasn't really a huge amount. I don't think you got a spare stylus. No spare stylus. I can't think if this was in there or not, and the faceplate was off, or if I just put one in here. So, wanting the faceplates, I bought a few. I think I showed them all anyway. I've kind of I've matched them up. Where's the stylus? Oh, where did you put it? Okay, the stylus isn't in here right now because they've been taken out. But yeah, so I bought a few. I currently have a lovely Isabelle Monster Hunter matchup, which is of course for 4G, which is coming out when the new Nintendo 3DS launches. Well, we're getting, is it called, calling it Ultimate? So yeah, you've got the standard ones, which I've of course taken off, and then I've got the, well, you get little guides on how to switch over the covers, or faceplates I should say. They call them cover plates, I call them faceplates. Unfortunately for the back ones, as you can see at the top, you need screws in order to take them out. I only just got round to actually putting a faceplate on the back of it. So there's the face of the piggy, and then Isabelle's dress. So they're really cute. That otherwise I think is all kind of about the Japanese one. I mean, I'll keep this out so I can show it with the ambassador one, but there's nothing else special about like the packaging or the console or anything like that to show. Everything else kind of is like the different specs and the new buttons, which I can show on both. I can get that in there. Okay, so Japanese. Put that there. And then lovely ambassador. So like, I got this and I was like, oh, I bet it's like all just generic stuff inside. I'm sure some people have probably already watched videos of people with these because they've been around a while now. Unfortunately, my cough was like at its worst when this came out. Like, I'd kind of lost my voice, literally. But yeah, then I was surprised to see this as well. So it's like, oh, okay, so the box for it is special. So yeah, you get then the console in a box, a nice little cradle for charging, and then underneath then they put the cover, which is a nice special Smash Brothers one, which you can see there. I don't know how to show you, so maybe I'll try and take that out. It's a nice design, although I really like the ambassador one, and I also really like my Isabelle / Piggy one. I was also very happy to see when they announced the new 3DS, like, I think the Isabelle one was shown and they're going to release that because, you know, she's a big face for Animal Crossing. However, the Piggy and a few other designs weren't actually shown, which I thought was a slight shame, but then also kind of cool for me because I'm like, oh cool, I've got some special Japanese ones that aren't out in the UK. They might release them, they might not, and then what would be cool is then if I do go to Japan again, then they'll have probably more faceplates out. I think what was the biggest shame was because the new Pokemon game hadn't come out when we were in Japan last year, and they had up, like, in the Pokemon Center in Yokohama, about having an exclusive faceplate. I was like, oh, I really want the faceplate. However, it came out in like a month's time or 2 months' time or something like that, so I missed out on that. So I haven't actually looked at this charging cradle yet, mainly because generally what I do is I've got a USB that handles all the Nintendo handhelds, which I've been using for years now. So it's just like a USB. I got it from Game, think back when I used to work in game, which was years and years ago. So it does GBA. Then we've got that's current. And then that was so that would have been DS Lite, I think. I can't remember. I've had it so long. I obviously must have gotten it though when they changed the new style of charging, because otherwise that wouldn't be on there. Or maybe that, oh well, original DS and GBA share the same one. I don't know. So yes, this is the box. Isn't it lovely? It says Ambassador Edition on it. It's not the same as this box. It can't be the same as this box though, but look at it. The box is so much bigger. So yeah, this is lovely. It does exactly the same as what this set does. It talks about changeable faceplates. It says about NFC functionality, the changed 3D and the C-stick, which that says as well. But then there's a few niceties to this. It's like, in Japanese, Nintendo is written as these 3 characters. Here's a rough explanation of what these characters mean. Entrust, Sky, and Company. So, Entrust, Sky, Company. Yeah. Then it's just got all the standard stuff saying it's compatible with all the previous things. So, of course, 3DS and DS. And then you get what you get inside. So, cover plates, stylus, a 4GB SD card, AR cards, and a manual. So, I had no idea that they came with SD cards pre-installed. I didn't know this had an SD card in it. I only found that out when I took off the back cover and I was like, oh, there's an SD card in there. That's probably me being silly on my behalf. Especially because it says there, micro SD, 4GB, sorry. So that's me being silly on my behalf. But I think it's very nice of them to do that. Slightly annoying that they've changed the type of card they use now. Because I've had the same card in my 3DS. Sorry, I had this on so I could see if there was a chance of getting any street passes. This is so slow compared to these. I spent ages waiting for the power button to come on. What, telling it to power off? Going crazy. Because I never take this thing out. So I've had this same SD card, I guess, since the DSi in it. So I've just been using that and trying not to completely fill it up for ages. Although I did quite a bit. I'm actually thinking about that. I was talking about this charger, wasn't I? So yeah, that looks like any kind of simple cradle. The adapter goes in the bottom. In there. And you just sit your console on top. Comes with instructions. I like that it's also got the same kind of stripy design, which seems to be an ongoing thing at the moment. Yeah, you got the charging cradle, which I'll move that and that. I'll put that down there. Now, I was going to open this. I haven't actually opened this yet. Because I was ill when I got it, I didn't really play around with it, and then I just haven't gotten around to playing around with it because I'd been quite busy. There we go. So lovely box on the side now. Same AR cards, same quick start guide. So you got all that kind of stuff in there. And then Ambassador. Oh yeah, they do come like that. I thought they did. So yeah, they come without a faceplate on them. You know, it's just also got a serial. I'm not sure if the serial's there. And then of course they come with the back faceplate on because of the screws. So that's nice. It says Nintendo. And now let me just put on my lovely Ambassador special faceplate. And like the thing I love, I'm pretty sure I probably must have said it in my Japanese one, is that they're the right way around now. So it's like, I can't hold 3 at once. It's like, hey Pikachu, you're upside down. Isabelle's the right way around. Can't you sort yourself out? Oh no, wait, you can't change it. And they've always been like this until now with the new 3DS, where they've decided actually maybe people, I suppose they've taken an approach of, instead of you look at it when you open your DS, because of course Pikachu's the right way up, and you don't care what other people see. Now it's more, hey, someone sees this 3DS and they're like, oh wow, that's really cute. Where did you get that? Where can I get that? So it's almost like trying to sell it to people, maybe. I don't know. Or they just realise that it's the right way around to have it like that. Because then everyone else can appreciate, like, Isabelle's face. So here's my lovely 3DS. It's very shiny feeling. These ones are very matte, like in touch. But, I mean, you can see that straight away with the reflection. That there's no reflection on these ones and there is reflection on those. I kind of prefer the matte effect. But yeah, I'll show all the bits and bobs with this one. I haven't even turned it on. I could do that. So you have a C-stick just there. Turn that off. That's not the controller that I was using. You have a C-stick, which you can see there. Oh look, you can see my microphone, and there's the room. It hardly moves. If I can demo it on the Japanese one. So yeah, that's one of the first new additions. Then we have firstly a moved volume control to the up here. Turn that volume down. Whereas of course the volume slider on the 3DS XL was here, and I found a lot of the time when I was playing that I'd accidentally be switching it up. And then all of a sudden my 3DS was really loud and I didn't realise. 3DS slider is still in the same place. It still has a slight click when it goes to fully off. They've moved the stylus to be at the bottom now, which I find slightly awkward. Little stylus. Mainly because I much prefer turning on my 3DS and pulling it out the side, because that's kind of natural feeling with where it is and the hand you hold it with. Of course, if you're left-handed, it's not as natural, whereas if you are right-handed, it is. Maybe they've done that so that it's the same for everyone. I'm going to kneel down because I'm more comfortable. The fact now that, yeah, so if you want to start playing a game, you're now like, okay, I've got to click that out. It's quite hard to get to. Only in that it's not got a huge amount of give. Yeah, so like if you look at, it might be different on the XL. If you look at the XL here, you've got a lot of space for you to get your finger in to be able to get it out. Whereas on this, the space is quite minimal. Just a little bit there. Headphones have moved. I never really use headphones for my 3DS. Because if I'm playing it on like a train or a bus, I don't usually use the audio. I might be listening to music instead. Or if I'm at home, I turn the volume up. So I don't really mind about that. I love where they've put the card holder space for the games, if that's what you want to call it. The game card slot, I call it that. Because I don't know how many other people have, either when putting it in things or taking it out, or even just playing, you could so accidentally before just take the cartridge out. Did anyone else have that issue? I know I used to. I think it was especially with a case I used to use for it, maybe, in that it's, you know, it's just a simple click. Whereas, I mean, of course it's still a click here, but you're less likely to be clicking there unless like you've used this finger to come around here. So that's a nice change that I really enjoy. I was never a fan of the buttons being down here in their big clicky state. So we've now got start and select here and the home button here, and the home button's nice. It's very similar to the Wii U. And then of course the other big change we've got is the inner buttons. So we've got excuse me, the standard R's and the ZL and the ZR. So similar naming conventions to what Nintendo have used for a little while now, with putting the Z's in front of them. Chargers there, which is the same. Just move to the side, as you can see there. Size comparison. Oh, let's tell Monster Hunter to. Oh. If I do this, it's kind of more interesting to see. I can try and show you the 3D as well. I'm not sure how well it will work with the camera, but potentially it will work better than it did with the previous one. So screens next to each other. This 3DS is going to take up so much dust. So XL versus normal. I mean, it's still smaller. It's a real noticeable difference. I'll turn this on in a sec and show you the two differences. Actually, I'll probably show you with this and my Japanese one instead, because the Ambassador one probably needs to set up. So, if I turn the 3D off. There we go, got a mission. Monster Hunter. Okay, so this is, well, this was the new one in Japan, and of course we're now getting it released in Europe on February 13th. So you can see the C stick moving. It's kind of hard to show it like what it is really like, because the movement is actually really small. So you can see I'm like slightly pressing down with my thumb to move it. There's no actual movement from the stick at all, but it's nice. I mean, of course you can still use the normal controls. It's not like it's made for the 3DS with the stick. With the new 3DS, you use arrow keys as normal, but it's a nice addition, I think. So yeah, C-stick. And then I will show you differences between. This is so slow to boot up. It's like it's gradually dying. So I'm not sure if I have. I probably have these on a slightly. Oh no, go away. Actually, no. The World Ends With You. What? Why did that say that? Sorry, I'm looking at my notifications on my 3DS now. So slow. Oh. Oh wow! Oh my god! I want to purchase that DLC. I had a Spot Pass notification from Final Fantasy Theatre Rhythm Curtain Call, whichever way around it is, Curtain Call Theatre, I don't know, saying the calling track from World Ends With You is now purchasable as DLC. I think that's awesome because that's a good song, and the whole soundtrack. So I'm completely off the camera. The whole soundtrack from The World Ends With You is brilliant. Okay, so here's my menu popping in. So these, I would say, they're about the same size. If I tell Monster Hunter to close, only in that, if you look at, so the size of the kind of default buttons is proportionate to these, and it's the same on this screen. How tiny does it look? Oh wait, my brightness is a bit low. Let's have them on equal power. So that's on 5 with power saving on. There you go, now you'll probably be able to see. So, I want to show them side by side and see as well. So yeah, it feels very small from the main menu. I'm so used to booting up this and looking at a really big main menu. However, this does feel really, really tiny. But ultimately, you're not playing in a menu, so it shouldn't matter too much. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna fully. I'm gonna sit on here again. Convert to using my new Nintendo 3DS, especially because this is special. And I'm like, I have no idea how many they did. I don't know if anyone knows how many they did. Like, I mean, I'll use this for Japanese stuff, but I can't put anything PAL in it. At the moment, I'm kind of like, do I want to transfer all of this onto here? I don't know. What should I do? unless it's that I keep this nice and safe in its box until the day comes where there's a 3DS title that I definitely need and play it on there. But then that feels like a real waste that I'm not. Oh, actually, I didn't show the 3D. That I'm not taking advantage of. Let's just show Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing is currently the game in my 3DS. I can show you boot times. Power buttons like hidden down here. Oh, it's not gonna though, is it? It's probably gonna put me through the setup. I don't recall this setup. So, can you see the little person there? It's actually my head. Oh. So it's tracking my face with the extra camera it's got. I think it's an extra camera, isn't it? To try and make it more stable. So inside of this range, it can see me, and 3D is fine. However, if I then move out, I'm less. Well, actually, it seems to be using my eyes, because if I turn my head, it can't find me. That's really cool. Hadn't done that. Move it like that, and still I have a bit of flick. Move it like that. I can play it like that. So that 3D looks perfect right now. And about there. Whereas of course usual standing, well sitting and watching is that. The fact that I can place it down, which is quite nice because it almost feels like I'm looking at it from above, as opposed to the view that I have. But yeah, so the 3D works a hell of a lot better. Let's turn that off. And yeah, I haven't like tried the camera on it yet, but I haven't used the camera on my DS's since, I don't know, 2009 or something like that. So yeah, old 3DS XL, new 3DS's, not XL. I would get an XL if it wasn't for the changeable faceplates and the coloured buttons. If the XL had that, I'd totally be buying one of those, but I don't need it otherwise. Not that I need these. So yeah, that was my 3DS, or new 3DS video. I hope you enjoyed it. I apologise if it's quite long, because I had like 2 to show, and then comparing it to the previous 3DS XL. Yeah, I'll hopefully get some more videos done. I might try and get another video done later on today, but I need to try and play a couple of things beforehand. And, you know, do house crap, because I have to do that on the weekends. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my video. Hopefully Charlotte will do one soon, and I have a box to give her of Famicom games. So hopefully she'll do a video for that as well. So yeah, that's about that, and I'll see you for my next video. Bye!